Hey, Choppers, Logan here again with a Behind the Mask interview, this time with Mike Eckert. He is the executive producer of the KublaCon Game Convention, I'm stumbling on my words already, that takes place on the Memorial Day weekend at the, I forget the Hyatt Regency, yeah, in Burlingame. I know it's in Burlingame, the Hyatt Regency in Burlingame. He's sitting down with me to talk a little bit about KublaCon.
Yes, we did this before.
Yeah.
We did this in 2020 at ThunderCon with a different poster.
Yeah.
And then that show never happened.
Because everything locked down immediately after that for the COVID restrictions and everything.
So I'm counting on that being a one and done, Logan.
Yeah.
Not like a trend or...
No, this is good. In case you can't see, Hossie said this got a little bit of a glare on it. So you can see, this is not Ripley. This is... Ripla. Every year there's a different mascot that's made for KublaCon. I forget what it was in 2020. And obviously nothing happened in 2021 because of the lockdown. How did that lockdown affect you in gaming conventions?
Well, it was disastrous.
Yeah.
Without being able to do a show both in 20 and 21, you have all kinds of costs, operating costs. That have no revenue to take care of. So to make sure that KublaCon could happen in 22, well, we had to dig deep in pocket-wise. And I also brought on a new partner, Aldo Giazzi, who's the executive director of sales and marketing, because we needed that cash influx to be able to get to the next convention. But what was really cool about what happened after 2020, or when 2020 didn't happen, was our attendees. They were phenomenal. A lot of them donated their badges and said, you know what, just keep the money. We'll come back again when you're back. Yeah. In fact, I think more than 70% of them are like that, and the other 30% were a mixture of rolling it over and wanting a refund.
Yeah.
So it was great. It was really helpful. So they've been super supportive. We're so happy to have a community that loves gaming, loves conventions that much that they will go and just give up, 60, 70, $80 for the cause. Yeah. So that was helpful. And you didn't remember what the mascot was?
Yeah, from 2020.
It was Malcolm Reynolds from Firefly.
It was from Firefly,
so,
yes.
Just like they were canceled after one season. So it was all around bad luck. Yeah. It was a cornucopia of bad juju.
Yeah, hopefully this doesn't go, stay away from conventions, you. Anyway, no, this is the good Ripla. Now, a lot of the conventions for the past 2 years, they migrated to online. Yeah. Convention because of the lockdown and the restrictions of everybody's thing. And I know that you were trying to get that, you were putting the feelers out online on Facebook and such about possibly doing it online, but it obviously didn't happen. What were the challenges with trying to get that?
Yeah, so we did kind of poll the community to see what people thought, and Kubla is such a special and unique thing. I go to lots of conventions, or I have gone to lots of conventions, right? And all over the country. I haven't quite done the globetrotting yet, but it's a feeling is different at Kubla than it is at any other convention. And I think part of that magic is the Hyatt. Part of the magic is the way that Japji created this convention to be more like family reunion than just a convention. Yeah. So when I polled the people and said, hey, what do you guys think about doing KublaCon online? A lot of them are like, that's not KublaCon. Yeah. No, we don't like that. And of course, they don't want to pay because a lot of the conventions that were running online didn't charge, or they did nominal fees. I could not foresee expending all that energy and all that effort and just costing more money during a pandemic. And not having any return. Yeah, the attendees would get another KublaCon and it would be online, and we wouldn't have a 2-year break in our whole line of conventions that we were running. But at the end, they said things like it's not the same feel. We don't like it. We don't want to pay, and we'll just wait until we can do it again in person. So we opted not to do an online version.
Yeah. So for this upcoming KublaCon, which I don't know if you guys say it's May 27th through the 30th, which is Memorial Day weekend. Every year it's Memorial Day weekend. What kind of stuff do you have to bring people in? Because
Sure.
I know here at DundraCon 45, it's 45 this year, right? I'm pretty sure it's 45.
That's the number on the book.
The book, yeah, 45. We actually noticed last night that the first day, Friday, the attendance was really low. We were in the main hallway across from the dealers, and it was almost nobody out there. So people in the rooms and everything. It's more busy today, Saturday. But yeah, we noticed that we looked into one of the gaming rooms and all the tables were empty. I know, of course, it was 12:30 at night, but usually on a Friday, 12:30 at night at DundraCon, you've got nonstop. But you can tell a lot of people are holding back. So, what kind of incentives do you have to, or you think to bring people in for KublaCon this year?
Okay, so yeah, I will address that, but I do want to talk about what you just said. This particular hotel is so spread out that even if you had a nominal attendance, you won't see everybody, and that it's really weird. It's a great hotel here, but it's just so weird. We talked about this the other day. With some friends that were talking about like how it looked kind of like not a lot of people, but there were. Yeah. And what was encouraging, and I'll get to your point in a second, was on Friday morning the registration line went all the way down the hallway.
Yeah, because we didn't get out until Friday afternoon, so.
Yeah, and so what that tells me is that a lot of people, just without incentive, other than loving gaming conventions, are waiting till the last minute before they decide to go to a convention in these conditions.
Yeah.
And they're showing up, they're paying the extra couple bucks because they didn't pre-register, and that seeing that line was very encouraging to me as a showrunner, because this is February, we're in May, so that gives it a few more months to get better. Yeah. But as far as what we offer to get people to come out, we have, first and foremost, we have the Bay Area Open, which is run by Frontline Gaming. It is the largest company that runs official Warhammer tournaments in the country.
Nice.
So they're gonna, and because of them, we're not only at the Hyatt, but we're also at the Marriott. Down the street.
It's like a half a block or a block down the road.
So the Hyatt is where most of the stuff is, the exhibit hall, all that stuff. But at the Marriott is live action role playing is there permanently, and all of the Warhammer events. And in the future, we're going to get even more events that are not necessarily Warhammer related. They also run Legion, they run X-Wing. So all those sponsored type tournaments are going to be at the Marriott. Everything else is at the Hyatt. So we have a huge 256 person Warhammer 40K championship. We have Kill Team Narrative, Kill Team Championships. We have Age of Sigmar. And when people get knocked out of the 40K tournament on Friday or Saturday, then on Sunday we have a Rogue Trader tournament that they can join just to play and continue to enjoy the game. In addition to that, back at the Hyatt we have Gooey Cube, who's a really cool company. Alphinius Goo is...
Yeah, Alphinius. Yeah, I actually just started chatting with him on Facebook the other day.
Yeah, he's a really cool guy. And they're coming out as an exhibitor and also as an event sponsor out in our pavilion, which is the big tent outside. He's going to do what's called the Great Gooey Giveaway game show. And so in this particular event, he's going to set up a stage with a table with tons of what do you call it, master maze, stuff. The dungeon tile.
Yeah, the tile. Yeah.
And then they're going to run an adventure with a celebrity GM or whatever, and 6 people from the audience will be pulled up to do one run.
Nice.
And then they'll get some prizes. Then they'll be substituted with another 6 people from the audience.
Oh,
okay. And it's going to be live streamed on Twitch with a crew that I have been using for several KublaCons now. And then there'll be prizes for the audience, whatever. Just kind of a fun thing. You could go on their website and see that they did this at a previous event. I don't know if it was a convention or just this event for this, but they live streamed it, and they had some beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
And their products, in my opinion, are pretty fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
They have it's a very GM centric system, right?
Yes,
so you have tons and tons of GM aids, which I love because at the end of the day, just reading the material is a lot of work. But if you have to create all the NPC backgrounds, I mean, that's a lot of stuff. They do all that for you.
Nice.
And they provide color pictures of NPCs, color pictures of locations, color pictures of everything. And their maps are beautiful. The world's maps are just great.
Yeah, so I follow their group on Facebook. I see when they post stuff up and just like jaw dropping on. Actually, I was only able to pledge $1 in the last Kickstarter for stuff. I wasn't able to actually go all in, but I was watching all the updates and I'm like, it's like because I DM games for my local gaming store and for my friends privately, and yeah, anything I can get to help me out that's less work for me and more fun for the players.
It is.
Yeah, that's
it definitely is. So yeah, they're going to be there as well. We also are bringing back our painting classes. So some professional artists that people know, they're pretty famous, are going to be coming out to do a series of classes. Now, most events at KublaCon, all events require tickets. Most of them are $0. Just put it in your cart so that we know you want to be in the game, and then you can get it. But these classes cost a little extra, and they range from $25 to $130, depending on the class and the length of the class and which instructor it is. But you'll get expert, training in how to paint miniatures or within that painting, schema, how to shade properly or add depth or dimension to the model. So yeah, you can buy these extra tickets. All the tickets and things are going to go on sale. We think we're going to get it done toward the end of March, maybe 1st of April. All the events will open up for people to get into games.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, that's something that Goth would probably be interested. I don't paint my minis at all. If it comes pre-painted, the more the merrier, but I don't have the patience to paint my own minis or anything.
I'm a very patient person. Yeah. My problem is that my eyes are as old as my body, and I can't see the detail anymore. So when I do want to paint, I bought this headset with these giant magnifying glasses and light so that I can see the detail. But that, it gets a little cumbersome. Yeah,
I just recently the new pair of glasses, bifocals.
Yeah.
Getting old.
Yeah. I have trifocals. Yeah, so we're excited. There's lots of other things that we can say. Now, I will also say that you have to be vaccinated and you have to wear a mask.
Yes.
For KublaCon 20. And that's just, we feel that in addition to following guidelines that are already preset by the state, we don't want to change them even if the state changes because people feel comfortable now and are buying tickets now. And if we changed it then, you would have, people who are like, hey, I'm no longer comfortable. Yeah. So, that's the minimum requirement. Yeah,
I know it's the same way here this weekend at Dundergon. Mask up, and you got a proof of vax. I don't have my card on, but I kept my vax card in my badge in the back of it, just in case anybody happened to ask. Yeah, so that's awesome. Everybody, be safe with your gaming.
That's right.
Yeah, especially sitting this way or sitting around the table, you're close. Even though the tables might be 6 feet apart from each other, but the people still sitting at the tables, make sure everybody's safe and taken care of.
That's right.
So that's awesome.
So this is going to be a big test bed for us to see how DunderCon, how it ends up here with anyone getting sick or whatever. And so I'm paying very close attention to what's going on here.
Yeah, awesome. So thank you for sitting down with me.
Yeah, right? Of course.
It's always a pleasure. We're going to get together later on and do some gaming. So thank you. Thanks to Mike. Thank you to viewers that are watching at home. I'm Logan for Behind the Mask, and we'll see you next time. Happy gaming.